Even if you weren't aware of this, on the day of the new moon on June 6th, this Gemini new moon in 2024 is the perfect opportunity to manifest love, manifest abundance, become your best self rapidly, and here's why. Quick update, I did get it wrong when I said Sagittarius full moon. Our next full moon is a Capricorn new moon, and I totally knew that, but I saw misinformation. Okay, you guys, finding good lighting is sometimes so hard. So I'm just sitting in the middle of my kitchen, I guess. I live in a trailer, so it'll work. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabelle, and today I wanted to talk more about the Gemini new moon that we had on June 6th of 2024. That is still present because new moons and full moons affect us the day of and the 3 days before and after. So we will feel this energy through June 9th, and as well, we can feel this energy up until, in a sense, the Sagittarius full moon. The themes of Gemini and Sagittarius are accentuated during this time. And so while I may be late to the party, I think that this is a really great energy to focus on during this time, especially because Jupiter's here. And I personally find that oftentimes I miss transits, so to say. I'm late to the party as usual. And knowing about these transits and reflecting on their themes and learning about them really does help me with my self-development journey and just knowing what to focus on, because sometimes knowing where we're going in life or how we can grow can be hard. And so I like using still the new and full moons at times to encourage introspection. So I wanted to share more about the Gemini new moon, especially because this is an extremely positive energy we have here, given that Jupiter's here, which I'll touch on more later, but also another planet is here as well, along with obviously the sun and moon. And if we can utilize this energy, I think we can really have massive breakthroughs right now. I think this is especially true if you have a Gemini sun, a Gemini moon, or a Gemini north node, which I believe the most recent time we had that north node was around 2003. So if you were born around 2003, you have a Gemini north node. And then what would that even be? And anyway, point is, so I wanted to talk about the Gemini full moon and not get sidetracked. And before I dive in, make sure you hit the link in the description below to book your 1-hour coaching call / reading with me, where we dive deep into your unique personality combination and how you can use this to manifest the things you want, know your purpose, understand yourself, and live your best life. So if that all sounds good to you, book a reading. And in these readings, which I currently have a discount on, 50% off, we also go into, or can go into, more of how this Gemini new moon is affecting you. So link is in the description below. So the Gemini new moon happened on June 6th. That day, I was feeling extremely high energy. I was going through work fast. I felt super mentally sharp. And if you're someone who has a Gemini placement, whether it's Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, you probably felt like you were on your A game on June 6th. And maybe even a little bit now. You feel a sense of mental clarity, and this is because we have the new moon here. Gemini is the archetype of the messenger. It is said to be the messenger of the zodiac wheel. It is all about transferring data. It is the first air sign, which air signs are mental signs, mind signs, logic signs, learning signs. And it is our first one we interact with, which implies how we are first starting to learn. And the only way to start to learn is through curiosity. So we may feel during this new moon that we have a heightened sense of curiosity, but on top of it, we are rewarded for our heightened sense of curiosity. Or even simply put, by putting ourselves into situations that allow us to learn. And again, learning, as Gemini states, is not just from books, but also from people. You know, Gemini is very much a social butterfly, and I always think of Gemini as chasing butterflies constantly, and eventually they learn to sit still and let the information come to them. But Gemini is wildly curious. When we embrace our own Gemini, we are curious, we are open, and we are fascinated with the little things, you know? Gemini is still very much in the material reality. That's why it's chasing the butterflies, not questioning the meaning of life or looking beyond the cosmos. It's fascinated by what's right here in front of us. It's also ruled by Mercury, which is very much about the mind and learning, but also about what's very tangibly logical in front of us. You know, our Mercury is our habitual way of thinking. And so it's about using our habitual way of thinking to our benefit. So the Gemini new moon, where the sun and moon meet, our energy is on the same wavelength as our emotions. We are at a ground zero set point, reset to embody curiosity, to think about how we could do something new, learn something new, be curious in order to reap benefit. But there's more to this. Not only is there oftentimes with Gemini energy just learning anything, putting yourself out there just for the sake of it. Oftentimes, I think for some people who have less strong Gemini energy, trying to reflect on the themes of Gemini can feel very task-oriented or superficial. In a way, it's like, why would you want to stare at the blades of grass, so to say? But there's more benefit to this right now, and we can feel that this is something we want to do more because we have Venus here. So Venus, which by the way, this new moon is happened at 13. Hold on. 16 degrees of Gemini. And my phone is still sending me notifications, so I'm turning that off. But at 16 degrees of Gemini, also at 16 degrees of Gemini is Venus. This is an exact conjunction with Venus. Venus is not just the planet of love and romance, it is what makes us live a life we love. It is, so to say, in a way, the planet of values. It shows us what makes us life feel beautiful, what makes life feel valuable. Everyone has a different idea of what living their best life is. And so based off your birth chart Venus placement, that will indicate what living your best life means to you. But with the new moon being conjunct Gemini in Venus, conjunct Venus in Gemini, there is more of a feeling that, or a realization that if we put ourselves into new situations, if we learn new things, if we harness curiosity and openness, there's actually a lot of value that can be found in life. And this, finding where this value plays out for you, will be dependent on where in your chart this new moon is happening for you. And I use the Placidus system, so hence why I mentioned the degrees. So look for 16 degrees of Gemini in your chart. What house is that in? That is where you can be finding more value in life, specifically value in being curious. The more curiosity you can embrace in that area of your life, the more you can reap benefit. Now, while it's not conjunct, Jupiter is still in this sign, along with Mercury. It is at 2 and 6 degrees. Jupiter's at 2 degrees. Jupiter's at 2 degrees of Gemini, and Mercury is at 6 degrees. There's focus still on the Gemini archetype. And so I think, in my interpretation, while this may not be a conjunction, having these planets in the same sign as the new moon still puts a focus on this. Not only can you, by being more curious and being open to learn and being open-minded, find more love for life, but you also will find more expansion. Jupiter and Gemini, whatever Jupiter's currently transiting, is what we must embrace in order to find more spiritual and physical expansion, more abundance. And so with Jupiter in Gemini, with this new moon, we may be having sudden realizations into what we must do or how we must think, and where we're being closed off that is keeping us from bringing the abundance in, and we may be able to rapid fire manifest. I know for me, I'm having huge breakthroughs in my career, shifting my career, having so much more success. Thank you to you lovely subscribers here. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel, following the videos, booking readings. It means the world. It makes it so I can keep doing what I do and hopefully help you guys out in understanding yourself and the stars. So Jupiter is here to help us expand. Mercury is here to help us use our mind. This is a very intellectual new moon that we have. It's an air sign. Gemini's air. It's logic. But Mercury is also here. It's ruler. We have also Jupiter here, which is about spiritual expansion. So we are very much learning to develop our minds during this time. But in a sense, it could feel like reverting back to your child self, where we're simplifying. I think this is just because Gemini energy is our first air archetype. It's embracing childlike curiosity, learning through experience, allowing ourselves to grow and be ignorant at times so that we can learn further rather than assuming we know everything and looking to the horizon constantly. It's really about being present and seeing benefit in the present. So with that, one more note I want to make is with Venus being here with the new moon, it is possible, especially if you have a Sagittarius rising, that this is the beginning of a new relationship for you. Either a new relationship with your current partner, initiating something new with them, resetting or manifesting a partner into experience. Given that Jupiter's here, if we're in our right vibration, this could be something very likely. Not exclusive to Sagittarius rising though. With the planet of love here, love is possible. So keep that in mind. And if you have also a Venus in Gemini, I highly recommend that you look at what degree it's in, because your Venus return could be a huge moment for your love life. And it's possible that right now could also be a huge theme for that as well. So for those with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, this is a time for you to shift your relationship with your sense of self, initiate something new, expand your vibration. This is going to be huge for you. If you're someone with a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or North Node, this is a time for you to focus on embracing more curiosity, being more social, being more present for your finances and self-worth. If you are a Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, then this will really affect your community, your day-to-day life. This is the prime time for you though to focus on your mindfulness above all else. This is your relationship with your mind and recognizing the way you think and speak in your daily life. If you're a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is affecting your family life. This is again based off, I use the Placidus system. I recommend the Placidus system because it just seems to be more accurate in my interpretation. You don't have to agree. If you like whole sign, use whole sign. But again, this is general horoscopes is the reason I bring it up, because if you're a Pisces rising, it's possible that 16 degrees of Gemini is not still your fourth house because the houses are staggered. But generally, if you're a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you are shifting your family life. Try to bring more intellect to your family life. Try to bring more focus to your sense of home. See if you can uplift people there by asking questions. Asking questions is a huge theme for this Gemini new moon. Always with Gemini energy, we're invited to ask. There's, Abraham Hicks has a book, Ask and It Is Given. Or even there's a book I was reading for a while. I can't remember their last names, but it's just called Ask. The power of asking is huge, and we can really manifest a lot through that and also just gain benefit. Even if we're not thinking of it as a manifestational reason, the more curious we are, the more open we become to more experiences, the more we allow new experiences to come in. If you are an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is a time for you to focus on your love relationships. It's possible that a new lover is coming in because this is your fifth house of romance. See if you can be more curious in your flirting encounters. Can you ask them more questions and see if they get them to talk about yourself, talk about what you're interested in. Also though, learning new things that are creative is a theme, because not only is the fifth house the house of romance, it's also the house of creative expression and play. So try something new, Aquarius, especially because Pluto is transiting your sign. You probably feel a bit bogged down in your sense of identity. Try to just do something new to let the weight off. So I realized I completely forgot to put Capricorn's horoscope in. If you are a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising during this new moon in Gemini, you are invited to shift your health and your routines by adding in more novel experiences, learning something new, and by doing so, you can manifest better health and even find something new in your routine that brings you better fulfillment in life. If you are a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is huge for your relationships. You are focused on your one-on-one partnerships. How are you with them? Are you asking enough questions? This is not just though your romantic relationships. With every one-on-one interaction you have, ask yourself, am I asking? Am I being selfish? As well as maybe you need to do something new with your partner. Could be very beneficial during this time. Or maybe it's a time for you to shift your ideas around relationships. Even if you are single and either ready or not ready to mingle, thinking about what you want from a relationship could be really huge for you during this time, because Gemini energy is your seventh house, and this is very activated for you during this time, and something may be coming in. If you're a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, this is about your 8th house. This is about your intimate relationships, your relationship with intimacy, with sexuality, as well as your relationship with yourself. Because I love the idea of the 8th house, because so many people miss it. The idea that it is intimate relationships, which oftentimes people refer to as either inheritance, because our close relationships with our family members, or sexuality, those are themes within it. But the root of what the 8th house is getting at is intimacy. And intimacy is not something we just have with other people. It's something we have with ourselves. It's about being close and vulnerable to others in ourselves. Whereas the 7th house is more about a handshake agreement and contracts, expectations that are clearly set of one another. Intimacy is where we dive deeper into our emotional being and others. We allow ourselves to soften to others and soften to ourselves. So for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, this Gemini new moon is inviting you to be more curious with yourself, ask yourself more questions, to get more vulnerable with yourself and with those you love. You may need more of an intellectual connection to further your intimacy with someone else. You know, intimacy is not just about chemistry. This is about a mental connection. The more we feel understood and understand ourselves, the closer and deeper we can connect with someone. If you are a Libra, sun, moon, or rising, this is your 9th house of purpose and meaning. You may, during this time, discover more of what you feel your purpose is. You may be trying new things to cultivate your sense of purpose. You may be more curious to go travel somewhere new. I always say the 9th house could bring the travel bug. So Libra, where's on your bucket list that you want to go? Maybe plan that trip. And also maybe go deeper into understanding either your own or someone else's ideologies or religions, because this could open your mind up to experiencing, having a deeper experience with life, having a more enjoyable experience with life. The 9th house is religion, ideologies, philosophy, purpose, and travel. All things far away, all things on the horizon, all things macro. So either traveling or looking into more philosophies could be beneficial for you during this time. And take it with a grain of salt, because Gemini is just curious. If you are a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, this is your 10th house, and I just want to double check that to make sure. Yes, 10th house. Yeah, I've been doing it right. I'm just so great at this. You are shifting your ideas in your career. Be more curious, ask others questions. You may open up a new career opportunity, especially if you've not been liking your career, or you could just reap more benefit in your career through being curious, learning something new. Open up your mind when it comes to your career and be open to other people, and they could bring you a better career. If you are a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, this is huge for your sense of meaning and purpose. You maybe think that you have to do something grandiose in order to live a sense of purpose, live a sense of meaning, feel a sense of community, and that you're impacting the world, but you might actually just need to be more present in the conversations right now, or learn something new, or be more open-minded, ask other people questions. You know, so the most impactful thing we can do in the end is help other people be themselves and then be their best selves, which doesn't always take, you know, a huge scale, standing on a stage or a YouTube channel. It could just be asking someone how their day is going. And this could really help you right now, so try that out. And finally, if you are a Cancer, sun, moon, or rising, now's the time for you to look into your subconscious. You may feel that it's easier during this time. Meditate, spend time alone, enjoy solitude, because you could find more intriguing discoveries in your mind, as well as you may just discover that you enjoy time alone to stop and smell the roses, watch the birds, and observe life. In the simplest sense, Cancer, you can find benefit by just being in solitude and watching nature. You may find this brings you life fulfillment on a deeper level. Spending time in solitude may help you discover things that are holding you back in your mind so that you can up-level your frequency. Overall, for all the 12 zodiac signs, this is a time where we can embrace curiosity, ask questions, and be more social to then up level our vibration, experience a higher love for life, and embody the state of love more. So let me know what you're doing during this Gemini new moon in the comments below, and do know that this energy will be around until roughly June 14th, because then we will have our Sagittarius full moon and these themes can culminate. And so embrace them while you can. Jupiter's going to be in Gemini for a while, so these themes of abundance are not going anywhere. But let me know if you're feeling this energy in the comments below, and while you're down there, be sure to book a reading, because I will let this, actually, I was planning on stopping the discount, 50% off discount tomorrow, which is today for you guys as of publishing this video, but I'm gonna stop it instead on Monday. So this is your last chance to book a reading for 50% off, only $45. Link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sincerely hope you enjoyed. I sincerely hope I remember to put the timestamps in this so you guys can find your horoscopes easily. If not, please put them in the comments below because it helps me greatly since I edit all my videos on my own. Once again, my name's Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.